Hello, everyone. I'm Meg from Maison Jupiter and Beyond Mystic, and welcome to your weekly Beyond Astro forecast here on the Jean-Claude 3 Beyond Mystic YouTube channel and Rumble channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and happy almost autumn equinox and Libra season. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to have our autumn equinox and Libra season. So let me know how you guys are doing out there in the comments, how everybody's feeling energetically with the current energies. We're going to talk about some interesting stuff today. But before we do, I'm going to mention to make sure that you're subscribed if you like this content on Beyond Mystic to our YouTube channel and also our Rumble channel. Sometimes people get unsubscribed randomly from the YouTube gods. So just make sure that you are subscribed. And if you really like this content, please like and share it as well. That really helps the channel and us getting this mystical, magical information out to the world. So we got lots of content going on and even more content coming up in the near future. So very exciting times. And thank you all so much for your support out there. And also, you guys, want to mention that I am offering personal astrology consultations, and these are available over at maisonjupiter.com. And I'm currently offering 1 hour, two 1-hour options. One is to look at your year ahead using the astrological transits. And the other is to analyze, go deep into your birth chart and its meaning. And if I had to suggest one in particular right now for anyone that may be interested in booking with me, I would say the year ahead, because we're going to be having an eclipse season coming up next month that actually affects us for the whole next 6 months to a year. And that's one of the most important things to be aware of in astrology is the eclipses and how they're working with us, what parts of life they're activating. And that can be done, I think I have openings in November or December, even looking at the eclipse season we're having this October and how that's affecting us for the year coming up. So I just wanted to mention that. And as always, we've got discount code, all in one word, Beyond Mystic, that you can use to get 10% off your next reading with me. So, okay, how is everybody doing? I'm recording this early in the morning, so I hope I don't look too puffy in my face and my voice doesn't sound too low for you guys. So, yeah, we are having our autumn equinox this week. So I'm filming this Beyond Astro on Wednesday, September 20th. And we're going to be having the equinox on September 23rd, which when we have the autumn equinox, that is when we start Libra season. So the start of Libra season, when the sun enters 0 degrees Libra, is every year when we have our autumn equinox, which in my, what would be the right word? Ancestral lineage, my father's side is British, so English, Scottish, Irish. So I'm very connected to the Celtic calendar as well as the Western astrology. And it's so cool how all the ancient calendars connect with each other. And in the Celtic calendar, the autumn equinox we call mabon. That happens between September 20th to 23rd every year. Mabon is just like the Celtic word for autumn equinox. And it's one of the sacred holidays of the turning of the wheel, the different points of the calendar. So not just the solstices and the equinoxes, but we also have Imbolc, we also have Lugastana, Lithia, Beltane. So these are all very sacred days. And Mabon, the autumn equinox on September 3rd, is that time where we have equal day and equal night, right? So it's a time about balance and harmony and celebration and having gratitude for the harvest. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, we're entering into the autumn. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's a little bit opposite for you guys. You're entering into the spring. So some of the ways we can work with the autumn equinox energy is apple picking is a really fun thing to do because a lot of the apples are ready to harvest. And that's a great way to get connected to Mother Earth, to go get grounded, to connect to the energy of the harvest, gratitude, and abundance. It's actually the natural time, one of the natural times in the sacred calendar of having a feast. So it's kind of funny how everything gets inverted in the Gregorian calendar system. And we have Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a holiday we have in Canada and the US that happens later in October and November. But actually, the real Thanksgiving, the real autumn feast time is at the equinox because it's the balance of the day and night. It's balance, harmony, celebration. And it actually is a time of harvest. There's not a whole lot that we harvest over in November, right, you guys? I know there's some things we can harvest food-wise, but there's a lot more we harvest now. So it's a good time with the equinox. It's one of the most energetic days of the year, actually. Really good time to do any kind of ritual or meditation practice around restoring balance in your life, or doing practices to receive divine guidance on how to restore balance. Balance is the key word with the autumn equinox and also with Libra season. You can also work with this energy by making an altar out of some of the seasonal harvests, some of the food that gets harvested or the leaves outside. You can make a sacred altar and put your intentions on that altar and light a candle, having that physical sacred space to work with the energies of the equinox. And another thing we can do is decorate our homes for the autumn. Or, of course, if you are in the southern hemisphere, for the spring. So I love the energy of Mabon and the autumn equinox. I think, we're at that midpoint now between the summer and the winter. We're coming off of the summer in the northern hemisphere, and we're getting ready to go into the winter time in a few months. So it's also a good time, and also in the Western astrology, with 5 planets retrograde, reflecting on what we've harvested, what we've created so far in this year, and what do we still want to create. So very good time for reflection, rituals, meditation, doing some magical practices, getting connected to the earth outside, because soon in the northern hemisphere, it's going to get a lot colder. Right, you guys? And we can see here in this cool Celtic calendar art, we've got Mabon Libra season. And the next Celtic holiday is going to be Samhain, Halloween, in Scorpio season. So we'll talk about that when we get there, of course. So this is the chart for the autumn equinox, which is the start of Libra season. And we can see here the sun is at 0 degrees Libra on September 23rd around 2:30 a.m. That's the Eastern time. That is the exact start of Libra season. So again, Libra represents balance, as the nighttime and the daytime are at exact equal length. And Libra is about having gratitude for what we're harvesting, what we've created so far this year. Libra is the sign in astrology that rules other people outside of ourselves, our relationships outside of ourselves, partnerships in love and business and our clients. Friendship is more Gemini energy, Aquarius energy in Western astrology. Libra is love, business, client kind of relationships. Libra also rules beauty, fashion, the arts, and the legal system, courts, and justice. So during Libra season, Sun in Libra, all of these areas of life are more highlighted for us personally and collectively. And I find it really interesting that Libra, this is now the first Sun in Libra season with us having the South Node in Libra, right? Which started in the summertime when the nodes shifted. So it's kind of interesting. We're in this Libra season, but Libra is the south node. So for us all collectively, for the whole next year and a couple months, with the north node in Aries and the south node in Libra, the qualities of Libra represent areas of life that we are letting go. We're having a very big cleanse and letting go from those areas of life. And they're also not in the most powerful position, right? So it's interesting because we're in that Libra season, which is relationships and harmony and marriage and beauty. But Libra is the south node right now. So there's actually a lot of breakups that can be happening with this Libra season. And we're going to have the eclipses in just a few weeks with the new moon eclipse in Libra. So that amplifies that even more. We're releasing what no longer serves us in our relationships, in love, business, with clients. We're releasing what no longer serves us personally and collectively, having to do with beauty standards, fashion, the arts, even the entertainment industry, and the courts and legal system. So we are still in that really big collective purging. And I think, this Libra season is going to be really interesting to see what comes up with the others around us. What are people reflecting back to us? Whether that's people that we know in our personal lives or people, on the screens that we don't necessarily know in person, that are world leaders or, famous people. They can also be really reflecting things back to us as well. Not that that's the most important thing to pay attention to, famous people, but you get what I'm saying. I'm feeling spirit say there's a lot of reflections that are going to allow us to look back at ourselves and to learn more about ourselves. So on that note, speaking about relationships, I'd be really interested to know if any of you out there have any books that you recommend or podcasts that you recommend on relationships, like how to have healthy relationships in love. I feel like that's one of the biggest things right now. And maybe how to be aware of toxic relationships, narcissism, codependency, things that are not really good to have in relationships, because I feel like a lot of people are going through that right now. So if you have any books or podcasts to recommend on those themes, please put them in the comments below, because I think it could really help some people right now going through those South Node in Libra relationship realization and changes. So this chart in particular is also something that is what we call an ingress chart, because it is the start of a season. Libra starts the autumn season. So actually the exact moment that the autumn season starts, which is this chart right here, we've got casted, we can see the energies and the themes for the whole next 3 months of autumn that we're going to be in. So I always love looking at ingress charts of seasons because I think that's so interesting. So first of all, the sun is actually what we call at fall position in Libra. Sorry guys, as I'm doing this Beyond Astro right now, I'm starting to get like a stuffy nose. So please forgive me if I'm like snorting a little bit. The sun is what we call at fall in Libra. Every planet has a sign that is its home sign and exalted sign. Those are the signs they most love to be in. And then we have fall sign and detriment sign. And these are the signs that planets least like to be in. Now, it is not a negative thing to be Libra. I want to make that very clear. It's just not the sun's most favorite place to be. And why is that? Because Libra represents the start of autumn. And then we're going into winter. The sun kind of loses its power more as we go into the autumn. The sun's most favorite sign to be is Leo, which is the middle of Leo season. And its exalted sign is Aries, which is the start of the spring equinox. The sun loves the spring equinox. So we got the sun at fall in Libra. We've got the moon at detriment in Capricorn. The moon doesn't like to be in Capricorn. And don't worry if you are a moon in Capricorn, because I have my moon in Capricorn. And Mars is at detriment in Libra. So we got 3 of the planets in places that they don't really like being that much. So with this ingress chart right off the bat, just by looking at the sun position, the moon sign, and Mars, there's uncomfort. So it's showing, this ingress chart is showing that in the autumn, there's going to be some kind of level of uncomfort we're dealing with. It's not going to feel totally comfortable and roses and rainbows and cupcakes. There's something uncomfortable that we're dealing with, which we can look at the moon sign to get more of a feel of what are we going through emotionally in particular. Capricorn rules the governments, the systems of our life and world, responsibility, achievement. So, and we've also got Pluto in Capricorn at 27 degrees, the exact Pluto return point of the USA in this ingress chart. Interesting. So the systems of our world are changing and it's uncomfortable. That's how I'm interpreting this here. Capricorn is governments, political leaders, people in powerful positions. Pluto in those final degrees, even more is going to be getting exposed and revealed than already has been. And it's uncomfortable because even though things have never truly been normal, if you will, in this kind of matrix world, when we've been brought up in a matrix world, it is what we know. It is what is familiar. So it can be uncomfortable and even kind of scary when certain systems are falling apart, when certain people that we've maybe looked up to or we thought was a cool, good person are actually the total opposite. So by saying that, I'm going to reiterate the importance of self-care during this Libra season, you guys. Okay, taking care of yourself, doing whatever your self-care routine, or if you have a daily practice, is to help us get through this. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's not going to be easy peasy this autumn season with this ingress chart, even just by looking at the signs of the sun, moon, Mars. I'm going to talk about some other stuff in a minute. We've got an intense eclipse season coming up. We've got the exact Pluto return of the USA. That only happens every 240 something years. This is a huge time of purging. And I know the USA is not the center of the world, but the USA is a huge influence on the whole rest of the world. So whatever is going on with that, you know, it's the freest country, or if not one of the freest countries in the world that represents freedom. So whatever's going on with that has a big influence on us. And if they're going through a big purging and transformation, the rest of us are also going through that too. So I hope that makes sense, you guys. So what else we've got going in this ingress chart? 5 planets retrograde. So there's an energy of reflection, going within, watching and observing what's going on, but not taking a lot of, not starting something like a totally new project. If you're really feeling to do that, you guys always listen to what you're feeling to do, number one. I would suggest wait until the new year. If there's something totally new you're coming up with right now and you want to start it right now, wait. We've still got 5 planets retrograde, which is Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Jupiter, and Uranus, which are all outer planets. So they're not the inner planets, but still look at all your options, reassess different projects and decisions. I would hold off on anything really big, starting a new project wise until the new year, personally. So yeah, Sun, Moon, Mars are not in really great signs, but we do have some really, I think, interesting aspects with this ingress chart. We've got Venus trine Chiron, exact. So where's Chiron? Chiron's here, 18 degrees Aries, and Venus 18 degrees Leo. This is an exact trine. Venus is our values, physical resources, the beauties and pleasures of life, divine feminine energy. And Chiron is an asteroid that represents healing, being a wounded healer, our pain, our wounds. So a trine is a positive aspect. So Venus and the energy of Venus is helping us and supporting us through this huge healing and purging. So this is actually really good. We're going through a little bit of an uncomfortable healing process, but it's going to be okay in the end after we get out of this season. There's actually really beautiful, powerful healing that can take place. If you are a woman, I think, or even a man for that matter, divine feminine healing practices, I think would be really good. Getting in touch with our feminine side and crying it out if we need to, or expressing ourselves, being in our emotions. Honoring what we're feeling in our feminine side is going to assist with this healing process we're going through, instead of just shying away and pretending that nothing's happening. That's not going to help. So we do also have Mars opposite Chiron, almost exact 1-degree orb. So there is an opposition. So there is a tension in terms of the healing that is going on. There can be frustration. Mars can be frustration around what is going on. That is intense. So I feel like, again, I'm going to say very important, you guys, to have some kind of self-care practice or routine to be doing at this time, especially when we get into the eclipses coming up between October 14th and October 28th. Okay. And we also have in the Ingress chart, Mercury in one of his home signs of Virgo, exactly trine Jupiter. So this is a really good aspect because Mercury is about information. Jupiter is expansion and positivity and abundance. So whenever I see a Mercury trine Jupiter in the transits, it's like there's going to be good news. We're going to get good news, even though there's challenge and a bit of a tension. And I know a lot of us are tired. We've been aware of a lot of the information going on and a lot of the things going on. This is where in this autumn equinox, even more people are going to be waking up to what's going on collectively, which could be part of this good news, Mercury trine Jupiter. But I feel like there's other news we're either going to be getting from an institution or some kind of truth being revealed that's going to be like a really big good news, very good news. And Jupiter is in Taurus. So this could have to do with Mercury, information about, in a good way, good news, trine Jupiter in Taurus, which represents the earth, Mother Earth. Some really good news, I think, that has to do with Mother Earth, nature, what the heck is going on with the earth. You know, I know some of us are feeling like, it's going to go down and the poles are going to shift and we're going to have this cataclysm. I think there's going to be good news about actually what the heck is going on during this earth transition and what are we really going to be going through during this earth transition. So I'll just say it like that. And on more of a personal level, Mercury trine Jupiter in our personal lives is about making new friends. We can be making new friends. Yay, because Mercury rules friendship and Jupiter is expanding that and bringing positive energy to whatever Mercury rules. Expansion in our higher consciousness, our knowledge, and our optimism levels. So I really feel like with the Mercury trine Jupiter this autumn, being optimistic and positive will help us. So actively, and you may be feeling it naturally with this Mercury trine Jupiter, staying in a positive space, being optimistic is going to help us get through this season, all of the changes and realizations that are and revelations that are going to be going on. So yeah, and the other aspect I want to bring up is we've got the sun almost exactly trine Pluto in this Ingress chart. 3 degrees off, I believe. So that's good. It's always good to have Pluto, one of the malefics, in a nice aspect, and it's to the sun, Libra. So this is right meaning right about this Libra season, Pluto is helping us with the cleansing process, is helping us with things being revealed. Okay. And Pluto represents power, leadership, powerful people, the hidden, the occult, and people in government, Pluto and Capricorn, government, and powerful positions are highlighted. And I feel like are going to be shown for who they truly are, which I know that's been happening, but it's going to continue to happen. And I feel like with this Sun trine Pluto this autumn, there could be positive new leaders that start to be seen and actually put in leadership positions. So thank God for that. I think that's going to be amazing. And again, just want to reiterate Pluto, 27 degrees Capricorn, is the exact Pluto return of the USA. So the USA is going to be very, very highlighted during this autumn season. The leadership of the USA is going to be very highlighted. And there could be good news going on actually having to do with the government and people in leadership positions. So that's exciting to see what that's going to be all about. So let me know how you guys feel in the comments as I'm sharing this Ingress chart, this chart for the autumn that we're stepping into starting on the 23rd. I am excited for it. And before we go further, I want to share that tomorrow, September 21st, on Rumble, Janine, JC, Julie, myself are going to be doing this Cosmic Blueprint Astro special show where we're going to be talking about astrology, but we're also going to have a very special announcement. So you definitely want to tune into that to see what we're going to be sharing with our announcement and just what cool astrological information we're going to share as well. So that's going to be on Rumble Thursday, September 21st at 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm very, very excited for that. And before we finish up, you guys, I want to pull some cards to see how we can best navigate the astrological energies of the week as we enter into Libra season. We celebrate the autumn equinox, mabon. How can we best work with these energies? What is our divine guidance for this week? Okay. Wow. Okay, cool. I'll just show you guys in one sec. I'm just going to pull some Lenormand cards as well. So I'm pulling my Astro cards and Lenormand cards. Okay. Interesting. So we've got the conjunction card, alliances and partnerships, which is funny because that's what Libra rules in astrology. So conjunction is a type of aspect, but the key word is alliance. And we can see in that card the Canadian geese working together in simpatico. They do those beautiful, they fly in the shape of triangles perfectly, working with people, creating alliances with people, which Libra rules that. We got the solar flares card, so there's major activations going on. There are important new relationships that are going to be made. I feel like this is, I asked for this week, but I feel like this is going to be for the whole autumn, actually. Really important new relationships that we are making that actually activate the world. So it's very important for us to be connected to like-minded people right now, whether that is in our love relationships or our business relationships. It activates the world when we are around like-minded people. And soul family, and go see some people. I'm hearing spirit say, if there's someone that you've been thinking about lately that is even like a friend or a love interest or business partner that you haven't talked to lately, connect with them. It's important to be connecting with people in person at this time, not just online. And this is, love this card, the second house of Taurus, resources card. So we are supported this week. There can be really good opportunities coming forward this week, actually, having to do with abundance or what to do with our resources. There can be clarity, because I know a lot of people are feeling confused about their resources and what to do about that right now. I think that there's good news we're going to be receiving, actually. about the financial system or new financial system or resources that can help us with this shift. So those are some very good cards for the week. Very happy to receive those. And before finishing up, you guys, just want to share that Julie and I last week did this Astro Decode episode over on the Maison Jupiter YouTube channel, where we did a deep dive on the upcoming October 2023 eclipse season. So you can go check that out on the Maison Jupiter YouTube channel. We recorded that September 13th at 3 p.m., but it's available for replay for the rest of time. So you can check that out to learn more about the eclipses. And like I mentioned before, if you'd like to have a personal consultation with me, that's available at maisonjupiter.com. And right now, my soonest openings, I think, are in November for anyone that would like to book. So that is the link for that there. And thank you all so, so much for watching. I love you all very, very much. Have the most magical autumn equinox ever, the most magical Libra season ever. Happy birthday to all the Libras out there. Love you all. Sending so much cosmic love your way. And we'll see you next week. Bye.